Welcome back, everybody, to Monster Hunter World. We're gonna eat, and once we're done eating, we're gonna go on a cruise. By cruise, I mean we're gonna go into the new area. I believe it's called Elder's Recess. Of course, I could be wrong. But this is a new area with 3 new monsters, as well as we'll be looking for traces of Nergigante. Everstream. Call it what you want. Ready for a cutscene? It's the Admiral.
Ha! You made it. On time, too. I like that.
I like that.
Hey,
You totally didn't spend 5 or 6 episodes just fucking around.
Exactly. Come on, follow me.
Much as shit I
Wait,
give the
I
handler,
never introduced myself, did I?
exactly how you would expect a
The
person
commission's top
walking
dog.
into a brand new
Of course,
area
I
would
leave
act.
the
They're
day-to-day
looking
stuff to
around.
the commander. I'm not much for being tied down, see? Anyway, I was chasing down this monster when I stumbled upon this place I'm about to show you.
Yeah.
What monster?
Nergigante. After Zora Magdaros vanished into the sea, Nergigante disappeared too.
I wonder
So
why.
I decided to track it down. And this is where it led me.
Wow.
A gap in the earth that was probably wrenched open by Zora.
Did you
Zora.
find Nergigante?
I expect to, and not far ahead. Yeah.
Let's hurry. Ugh. Oh no, they're not letting me use my capture net.
Whoa, this place is amazing. Look at the streams.
Yeah, look at
You
them.
can feel it in your bones, right?
On one hand there's
Something
lava,
needs
and
a
on the other
stir.
hand there's water.
That's because the Everstream is just pulsing with incredible amounts of energy. All those crazy tough monsters you tangled with, they must have come from deeper within.
Why? What's here?
You'll see. Zora riled something up when it visited the New World. Something that runs deep.
Dot
Gods to come to the New World. Nergigante, too. Well, now we'll find out what we're dealing with. Get ready. Things are about to move real fast.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Couple bugs over here. Nothing too impressive.
We're almost there.
We're almost there, buddies. I don't want to go over there. I want to go over here. Because I'm a turd.
Come on.
Come on. Don't go that way. Go this way. Don't go that way. Go this way. Go as slow as possible, too, because you took away my run button. Alright, cutscene time. Beautiful.
Amazing, right?
Yeah.
The hexagonal rocks are kind of weird to me.
There's so many of these crystals in here, you're likely to trip on them.
Some of them are huge.
Yep.
How do they form?
Beats the heck out of me, but I'll tell you what. This place is sizzling with bioenergy. And that means the monsters around here are tougher than Nova crystals.
Nova crystal.
Admiral, there's something that's been bothering me.
Which is?
Why would Zora Magdaros tunneling in here instead of simply dying in the Veil? Was something here luring it in?
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, yes.
Who knows, kid?
We do have
But
one
we do
clue.
have one clue. Nergigante.
It's Nergigante's fault that all this shit's happening. We need to
Nergigante
deport the
and Zora
Nergigantes
Magdaros.
of this world.
We've always seen them together.
Getting them back to where they came
Must
from.
have had its own reason for coming.
And not just him either. Fact is, loads of powerful monsters have holed themselves up in here. We need to track them one by one. And maybe we might just find a pattern.
Right.
Of course I'm right. Now get ready. You ready?
But you're all ready? Oh, listen carefully. We're gonna do Rick simple. First, we're gonna take a little stroll in the Elder research, and we're gonna find these giant monsters. Last, we're gonna set out from Nergigante. Easy, right? Stroll, study, scout. You ready?
All right, we're gonna go look for Nergigante tracks.
It all makes sense now. Get those legs moving. You've got monster hunting to do.
It all makes sense. However, I'm not going to tell you what exactly makes sense. All you need to know is that it makes sense. So we're going to spend a little bit of time here. I want to sort of mine / gather materials / pick up stuff that's sort of unique to this area. Sort of like how in some areas you have like the hard fruit or the coral, not the coral, what's the word? There's fossils. This area has a one or two special items. They're a lot easier to find than the coral or the fossils are. This little hole here, we're not going to be able to access this right now. We'll be able to access it later once we unlock the quick travel in this area, but for right now, don't worry about it. There are a couple little items down this area that there's really not going to be any monsters here, but there's a couple of things you can collect, including this honey. Ooh, 4 honey. Running special armory to collect 4 honey. Those can also be captured. They're gloom geckos. Congrats. We're so special, aren't we? Watching all them gloom geckos go. Like I said, I'm just kind of looking around for stuff. Scale bats, I knew we had one already, but I wanted to make sure there was a different species of bats in this area, so I made sure I captured one. I think this goes all right, sort of a round circle here, so there's like a little water area here for you to maybe fish in, I don't know. But, nevertheless, we have an entire area to explore. From here on out, we're going to start running into monsters. First of which is going to be the metal version of Radabon, which is going to have a name, something, a bond, I'm sure. Donabon, Orabon. These guys are a pain in my butt. You do need to, unfortunately, farm their ass because they have some base level materials that are important for crafting certain items in this area. so you're gonna have to probably run the quest with these guys in them at least maybe 2 or 3 times to make sure you have enough base material for them. They're a pain in the butt to reach though, because they don't generally come down this low. Makes it hard to attack. They're floating just out of reach of me. Alright, I stacked them up on top of each other, that's good. For carving, we'll just go carve 1, carve 2, and congratulations, get a barrel, 2 barrels, right? And it would be either Barrow's claw, or Barrow's wings, or another hide. Yep, another hide. Fine. If you go this way, you'll run into the one monster. If you go down the left side that we're ignoring right now, we'll run into a different one. Fun, huh? But we're going to be taking a while to sort of dig through some bones, hit some mining spots. Basically, we're going to go through the entire area and take a look at it, minus the areas that are currently closed off to me, which will become open once we actually fight Nergigante. There's another monster we'll be fighting in here as well, but I'm not talking about him right now. Here's one. He's, like I said, he's the metal version of the Radabon. And he also drops a little turd, fiery turd. Don't hit him, otherwise he'll light up and go boom, 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 boom. His name is Ergon. And he's a little more dangerous than the Ergon because in addition to having this rolly attack he likes to do, he also shoots, like I said, golden lava turd. And he, instead of having a sleep gas, he's got like a fiery gas of some sort. He's a lot more aggressive, he's a lot more rolly, and unless you tire him out, I don't think you can disrupt his roll. Yep. You're looking for. So what I did was I took one of the blast toads. He happened to roll in this area. He happened to spawn his gas right at the perfect time for the exploding frog to do its business. Took some decent damage there considering. I don't know, what, 500 damage there? Pretty decent. Considering I'm doing, what, 20, 30 damage here? To his leg, none to his chin. That's really good against his chin. You know how satisfying it is to break his chin off with a hammer? Super satisfying. It may be a very boring, stupid weapon that people get bored of, but taking a weapon, putting it exactly where the monster doesn't want it is like pure joy for me. He says, I got a big strong jaw, you can't beat it. I'm like, hammer can beat it. Like, but nobody uses hammer. Hammers are for losers. Like, no. No, it's for brain dead fools like myself who enjoy the speed of the... Ooh, I cut his tail. That's surprising. I would imagine that would take him a little bit more time than not at all. But, like I said, eat it. I would have imagined if you had said, hey, you're playing Monster Hunter for the first time, why don't you pick a weapon? And you were to say, oh, why don't you try Hammer, it's really good. I'd be like, isn't Hammer really slow though? It's like, nah, Hammer's like one of the fastest weapons in the game. I mean, not maybe an attack necessarily, but like, the ability to move around with your hammer pulled out is probably about as good as it gets, you know? Like, even Sword and Shield You're not as fast as you are with hammer. Then of course these weapons, these bigger weapons like switch axe, great sword, long sword. They basically, if you want to make it, you want to make quick movement, you are going to want to sheath your weapon. Otherwise, you're not really going to move very fast at all. So, whereas you can move pretty decently fast with the hammer, you know. You just have to charge it while you're doing what you're doing. I don't know. I really enjoy the adaptability of the hammer, considering how bunga bunga it is. It's thoroughly not the hardest. It is possibly one of the easiest weapons to learn and master, whereas a lot of other weapons are situational. They serve a particular goal, particular purpose that's good against the monster, and but not really good against anything. Hammer is about as simple as it comes. Hammer, go on brain. Did you put hammer on brain? No? Then put hammer on brain. What? You think hammer slow? Hammer no slow. Hammer just very... It plays to my playstyle, is sort of the long story short. Whereas overly complicated weapons like, and I'm gonna eat my words later when I play a different Monster Hunter game, but like, what is it called? Charge Blade, there it is. Charge Blade seems unnecessarily complicated. Considering it seems to be like a bigger version of Sword and Shield, but it also has some element of Switch Axe in it. It has some element of I don't know. It's a very flowy weapon. Having not really played it all that much, tried a couple times to play with it, but sort of like when I say, oh, I'm gonna learn bow, and then I end up not learning bow because I end up picking up one of the other, you know, direct damage weapons like, you know, Gunland, Switch Axe, a couple more that I haven't really played with all that much. I don't like dual blades. Long sword I've done, great sword I've done. I've done sword and shield as sort of my like starter. Kind of enjoy sword and shield. About the only melee classes I haven't done is charge blade, insect glaive, regular lance. That's called Great Land. And whatever the other one I missed is. I left one out of that list. But now I either charge blade or it's dual blade. I guess I played everything else. And then you've got 3 range classes. You got bow, you got heavy bow gun, light bow gun. I said I was gonna play light bow gun playthrough, and I didn't. Ended up settling for switch axe because I started playing switch axe. And I'm like, oh, this isn't too bad. And then I kept forgetting to collect some of the ammunition. And just like, I'm not doing this. It wouldn't take all that much time for me to really catch up. Just I've dumped all of my materials into the armor and this weapon line, so I don't feel like grinding out a whole new set of weapons just so I can play light bowgun. Well, I do see there are definitely certain enemies that I feel like bowgun would be good against. It just probably wouldn't be as fast as I'm used to. You know, like, oh, we're gonna stand back and pick off and put the enemy to sleep and, you know, all that statusy sort of stuff that I don't really care for. Too big brain for me. Now, by big brain, I mean like, you know, middle school, secondary school brain, not like PhD level brain. Alright, we're going to go down into the pit here. And we're going to find more monsters to fight and be like, hey, how you doing? This area is too hot for me, so I need to drink a cold drink before I go down there. Otherwise, they'll start to lose HP, like the miasma. The difference is I can't negate the miasma by drinking cold beverage.